All new today. It's a Dr. Phil catfish investigation.
Gail was living without heat, air conditioning, and running water, all to save money to send your boyfriend of 4 years, Matt Hurley.
Matt Hurley does not exist. He's a scammer trying to get what he can.
Was she scammed by an online romance?
Look what he's saying. Don't tell me that you have no money. Just do what I told you.
He claims he's stuck in Nigeria.
We sent a staffer there so we could bring him home.
This is the hotel.
Not one person recognized this man.
If he's not in Nigeria, where is Matt Hurley?
What happens
He is real.
when she actually meets her online boyfriend?
We did find the man in the photos. Today's going to be a changing day in your life. You've never had anybody working harder to bring you to the threshold of change than right now. Yesterday, I sat down with sisters Stacy and Tracy, who say their mom, Gail, spent over $242,000 on an online love and neglected her own well-being in the process. Now, before we investigated Gail's current boyfriend of 4 years, Matt Hurley, we took a closer look into her past online relationships. Two men named Fallon Galvin and Mark Sinclair. Now, Gail accepted that she had been scammed by her virtual ex-boyfriends, but was still convinced Matt Hurley was an honest, caring, and Christian man and wanted my help getting him from Nigeria to Los Angeles for her happily ever after.
4 years ago, I introduced my mom to online dating. She received an email from a guy named Fallon Gavin. I immediately knew it was a scam. After this falling out with Fallon, she started talking to a new guy named Matt Hurley. Mom has fallen for Matt. Just when I thought nothing could get any worse, she was getting messages from someone posing as Vin Diesel, who went by the name Mark Sinclair, which is actually his legal name. Mom has sent almost $250,000 to these scammers. They have ruined her financially, and she's broke.
Would you have ever thought in a million years your mother would squander a lifetime of hard work?
I can't believe it.
Well, Stacy says her 68-year-old mom, Gail, is blinded by love.
I do find him sexy. Unfortunately, he's stuck in Nigeria. My daughters don't think he's real and think he's just a scammer.
Now, I do have priorities, and my number one priority is you.
Yes.
I want you to be safe, you to be happy. Now, Gail has another concerned daughter, Tracy, who says her mother's online boyfriends have really torn their family apart.
Last year, I applied to become my mom's Social Security payee. She told me that I just needed to stop it, that I was ruining our relationship.
She really didn't send him $170,000. We added it up for a grand total of $230,000.
Oh my God.
Let's move on to her current boyfriend, Matt Hurley. He worked in Zulia, Venezuela, duties unknown, company unknown, college unknown, parents unknown. Awful lot of unknowns about this guy. And you've been knowing him how long?
4 years. So I'm just not a person who gets into other people's business.
Let me just ask the audience, based on what you know so far, how many of you are really buying this Matt Hurley guy? Thumbs down on Matt Hurley? You're not believing him?
No.
Well, here's a text from Matt to Gail concerning me. Matt says, have I ever done something without telling you? And they're talking about coming here. And Matt, you want to embarrass me. I don't want anything from Phil. He's not us and knows nothing about us. You either choose Phil or me. Don't go to any Phil. If you go, I'll move on and stop talking to you. In the middle of all of this, you meet another guy named Mark Sinclair, who looks a whole lot like Vin Diesel, right?
Mm-hmm. He does.
That he's being held captive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who captured him? I mean, wouldn't you think he would fastly and furiously get away from there?
Well, you would think, wouldn't you, with him being Vin Diesel?
But Mark says, yes, still a captive, Gail. Can't you get me a vanilla card so I can come to the States and get everything sorted out with the package, and also you and Matt? Now, how does Mark Sinclair know about Matt Hurley?
I told him.
So you've been talking to one boyfriend, one guy about another guy.
When he contacted me to be a request for a friend, I told him I was already in a relationship.
You said,
so
Mark,
then-
I have no money. The IRS is after me now. I forgot to pay my taxes, I guess, because I had no money to pay them with. Mark said, blank damn.
Yeah.
Well, we reached out to Vin Diesel's publicist, who said Vin was unable to participate today, but confirmed that celebrities being impersonated is unfortunately very popular. And I can tell you, you see clickbait all the time of Robin and I, our identities being stolen and being impersonated. But
Well, I told him, I said, I don't believe that you're Vin Diesel, because why would someone like you contact a little old person like me?
for money.
For no,
You want money, a vanilla card. That's a certain kind of card that you can kind of spend on anything, right? It's,
I guess.
yeah. Well, I think you'd know about it.
I've seen them. I've seen a vanilla card on the rack at the store.
But don't you think if somebody like really high profile got captured that you might have read about it somewhere or something? You think if somebody captured me, it might make the news?
You, yes. Yes, I believe that you would make the news.
Well, Vin and I are fellow bald-headeds. You'd think... You'd think that would make, I don't know, the news, at least TMZ or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the biggest movie stars in the world's been captured, being held by somebody somewhere. Matt says, and he's saying it in all caps, just do as I say. Now, this is the loving, caring Christian man that you can't wait to give a big hug and maybe even a kiss on the cheek.
Tomorrow.
My 11-year-old daughter is dealing with a severe eating disorder.
So severe, her doctors say it's one of the toughest cases they've ever seen. You recognize that this is life-threatening, correct? Here's her daily schedule. Wake up at 5 to exercise. Make pretend breakfast. Get dressed while exercising. Run the stairs.
This eating disorder has taken over her body.
I'm not sure that your daughter has an eating disorder. You might be treating the wrong thing.
That's tomorrow. Then on Thursday.
You say that he has cheated.
She's a nude stripper.
She's always wanted to study architecture. I was her mentor.
You're humiliating me on national TV.
I think they're laughing at him for thinking you're going to believe that.
That's Thursday.
My mom retired 5 years ago.
Mom had saved her money. She had worked all her life, had a good retirement, and she planned on taking trips.
After mom met all these scammers, all her dreams have been shattered.
My plans changed, yeah. Hopefully when Matt gets here, maybe I'll get to do all that traveling.
I am shocked that my mom is so naive and stupid and falling for this.
Well, sisters Stacy and Tracy say despite their efforts to intervene, their mom, Gail, continues to get scammed online. Gail says after 4 years, she would know if her online boyfriend, Matt Hurley, wasn't the loving and caring man she fell in love with because his true colors would show. I mean, come on, after 4 years? Let me tell you, from a man's perspective, let me just speak as a man.
Okay.
I've been with the same woman for almost 50 years, so I'm not big on the dating scene, I admit.
You're very lucky.
But we've been married, 44 years and been together almost 50. And I can tell you that, I can tell you from a man's perspective, you wouldn't do anything that would create a hardship on someone you loved. The last thing I would do would be ask her to finance me. I would be financing her, or we would be fighting this together, but I wouldn't be asking her to put herself further in the ditch. I'd be concerned about her well-being. I wouldn't be taking from her, I would be giving to her. If you love somebody, you give to them, you don't take from them.
Yes, I know that.
And I say that because I think this graphically shows something about values here. Gail, I have no money to give to Bitcoin. Matt says, listen to me. This is different from going to Bitcoin ATM. Just do as I say. I want to know what the Cash App's going to tell you when you try to purchase Bitcoin. Gail, I can't do that right now. You said, I don't have any money. I don't know what the app says. I don't have any money. And look what he's saying, and he's saying it in all caps. Just do as I say. Don't tell me that you have no money. Just do what I told you. Now, this is the loving, caring Christian man that you can't wait to give a big hug and maybe even a kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
Does that sound very loving?
No.
Now, he needs this money to get to America, right? He needs to get to you.
Yes, that's what he's telling me.
Now, in 4 years, he hadn't been able to get here. So he's either really unlucky or extremely an incompetent traveler. And he's given reasons for not getting here. He says he's stuck overseas. He had his money stolen. He's locked out of his banking accounts. And he needed to fix an oil rig. That's why I went to Nigeria to begin with, right?
Yes, to buy materials to fix the rig.
To bring back to where?
Ship back to the rig off of the coast of Zulia, Venezuela. Mm-hmm.
So he's going to fly from Venezuela to Nigeria to get some parts and take them back. But then he got to Nigeria and he got the parts, but then he didn't have the money to get back to Venezuela?
He told me that it cost him from Venezuela to Nigeria, a plane ticket was $8,000. I think it was over $8,000.
Uh-huh.
And then when he went in and inspected the materials and got them shipped back to the rig, it took all the money that he had on him.
Okay, so the parts got back, but he didn't.
Right.
Gail wanted my help bringing her current boyfriend, Matt Hurley, to the U.S. So I sent one of my global investigators to Nigeria to meet up with him and see if we could make some plans to get him to the airport, get him on a flight, and get him here. So I've got boots on the ground in Nigeria, and we're going to talk to them right after the break.
We know Gail has had an online relationship with a man named Matt Hurley, who says he's been staying in this city for 2 years. Now, if this man has been living in a hotel, someone would have seen him. We are going to investigate.
Kate, Emma, Mandy, and more when it comes to Hollywood A-listers and their hair.
These women are responsible for the color, the highlights, the shine, the bounce, the brilliance.
How to have fabulous hair.
That's the secret, Robin. Robin's got the secret.
I've got a secret with Robin McGraw.
That's right. Nikki and Rihanna also do my hair.
Available on Stitcher and Apple Podcasts.
Gail says her boyfriend of 4 years, Matt Hurley, is stuck in Nigeria and can't afford a plane ticket to the United States. She says for the past 2 years, he has been staying in room 400 at a specific hotel in Warri, Delta State, Nigeria. We sent a staffer there in hopes to locate Matt Hurley so we could bring him home. I wanted to put him in a chair right next to you. So what did we find out?
Dr. Phil, I'm here in Africa, in the city of Warri, Nigeria. We know Gail has had an online relationship with a man named Matt Hurley, who says he's been staying in this city for 2 years. We are going to investigate. This is the hotel where Gail's online boyfriend, Matt, says he's been staying. Let's see what we can find out. Have you seen this man before?
I haven't seen this face at all. I do my car hire service in the hotel since 2011. If this person has been staying in the hotel for 2 years, how come within these 2 years I've not gotten in contact with him?
Says he stays in room 400.
There is nothing like room 400. Their room starts from 401.
I spoke to the manager. He has spent 10 years at the hotel and he has never seen or heard about Matt Hurley before. Now, if this man has been living in a hotel in this area of Warri, someone would have seen him. Have you been to the hotel before?
Yes, that's where I work.
At the hotel, you've not seen this man before?
No, never.
No, I don't know who this is. I do business right across the hotel for 10 years. I've never seen a face like that.
There are only 2 possible hotels in Warri. We wanted to make sure we were thorough in our investigation. We spoke to the manager here, and she said they don't even have a room 400. In fact, this hotel is less than a year old. Dr. Phil, after an extensive search here in Warri, Nigeria, not one person recognized the man in our photos. In fact, both managers of the hotel have been looking into the photocopied ID cards in their customer archives. No one has seen this man in Warri, and no one recognized his name.
What do you make of that?
Well, I guess I just went through another scam.
Well, he says he's been locked out of his bank account, but he's been staying at this hotel for 2 years. Now, the average room at either of these hotels, now one of them hadn't even been there for 2 years, so I assume it's not that one, I assume it's the other one. Mm-hmm. The cost of just an average room there is $182.
Yeah, I knew it was expensive.
Yeah, now if he stayed there for 2 years, his hotel bill, just for the room, no food or anything, just for the room would be $132,860. Now, if he's locked out of his bank account, how has he paid a $132,000 hotel bill? Now, contrast that to what it would cost to fly from Nigeria to the U.S. Because a one-way flight from Lagos to LAX is $679.73. And if you went to Kansas, it would be $806.11. So he could have saved $124,000 if he just came here and stayed with you.
Yeah.
Now, if he's not in Nigeria, where is Matt Hurley? Well, we did find the man in the photos. You guys found the man in the photos. And we've arranged for Gail to speak with him herself after the break. My team was able to track him down. So joining us now from Caracas, Venezuela, say hello. Let me, Gail, ask you, how does it feel to see Matt Hurley?
It's nonstop drama.
I'm here because I want to dig into
Well,
it.
you're barely here because you tried to leave already.
All month long.
Are y'all smoking and drinking together?
Yes.
Why is she saying yes and you're saying no?
On Dr. Phil.
Is there anything that I say to you that you're not going to argue with?
Real people.
Alexandria has gone to the emergency room 600 times.
Sometimes it can be like 3-4 times a week. If I don't go to the hospital, something is going to happen to me.
My 11-year-old daughter is dealing with a severe eating disorder.
Here's her daily schedule. Wake up at 5 to exercise. Make school lunch that I don't eat. Get dressed while exercising. Run the stairs.
Real talk.
You want to force me to believe that the son that I gave birth to is a woman. That's not what... Excuse me, I'm not done.
You have to let someone else speak.
Dr. Phil May.
As she said to you, I hope you burn in hell.
And I'll get up and walk off the stage right now because what you're not going to do, you're not going to lie.
When I think of the possibilities when Matt gets here, it's just going to be a new and exciting time.
My mom thinks they're just going to ride off into the sunset together.
When we were coming to Dr. Phil, she turned around to me and asked me, when we meet Matt, how are you going to treat him? And I told her, I don't think he's real.
I'm looking forward to when he makes it back to the States. We can prove to my daughters that he is real.
Matt Hurley does not exist. He's a scammer trying to get what he can.
Do you think that we've left a stone unturned?
No.
Tracy?
No.
How do you explain this?
I don't even know what to say about all of this. I'm just like, I don't know how anybody can do this.
Well, you're frustrated with your
I'm
mother.
frustrated. I'm sick to my stomach. I'm overwhelmed and I'm at my wits with it. Like, I've told her from the get-go, these are scammers, stop talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
And she's stubborn. She's gonna do what she wants to do. And this is what's happened.
Well, let's talk to the man that we've been looking at the picture of, the man that she knows as Matt Hurley through pictures. Stacy and her sister Tracy say they did a Google image search and discovered the man behind the photos of Matt Hurley and found out he was a motivational speaker in Venezuela. Now, after doing our own investigation, we confirmed that Stacy and Tracy were in fact correct, and my team was able to track him down. So joining us now from Caracas, Venezuela, with over 1.2 million social media followers, is international motivational speaker, very well known, very accomplished, Carlos Fraga. Say hello. Carlos, how are you?
Hello. Un placer saludarlo, Dr. Phils.
It's a pleasure to say hello to you, Dr. Phil.
And we have here a translator to help simultaneously interpret our conversation. So I'd like to introduce you to Blas Kissick, who has 20 years experience as an interpreter and will be alternating between Spanish and English. So thank you both for being here. So Blas, ask Carlos if he knows Gail in any way, if he's ever had any contact with her, has ever intersected with her in his life at all.
Carlos, ¿alguna vez has conocido a Gail? ¿Has tenido algún tipo de contacto o tu vida se ha cruzado con ella de alguna manera en la historia?
No, jamás. No la había visto nunca.
No, never. I've never seen her before.
And Carlos, where do you live now and where were you born?
Carlos, ¿dónde naciste y dónde vives ahora?
Nací en New York y he vivido toda la vida en Venezuela, en Caracas, Venezuela.
I was born in New York and I've lived all my life in Caracas, Venezuela.
And let me, Gail, ask you, how does it feel to see Matt Hurley, the man as you know, Matt Hurley, actually in the real live talking in real time here?
Well, I did know about this motivational speaker. I did know about him. But, you know, I guess I just Stacy asked me the other day, or someone asked me the other day about him. And I said, well, why can't he have two careers? You know, I don't know at what point in Matt's life he went to college. How did I know that he wasn't a motivational speaker for a few years and then went and got his engineer degree?
Okay,
I don't know. But anyway, yes, that looks like the person that I've been supposedly talking to.
You hear what he's saying, correct?
I do. I do.
Do you believe him?
Well, I guess.
What do you mean you guess? So, Carlos, have you ever traveled to Nigeria?
Carlos, ¿alguna vez has viajado a Nigeria?
Nunca, jamás.
Never.
You don't have two careers. You don't work as a motivational speaker by night and an engineer by day.
Tú no trabajas tal vez como orador motivacional de día y eres ingeniero de noche, ¿verdad?
No.
Okay. Can you confirm that this is you in this picture with these dogs? Because this is her favorite picture.
Soy yo, sin duda alguna soy yo.
No doubt, it is me.
What are your dogs' names?
Dime los nombres de tus perros.
Ella, la blanca, se llama Emily y el marrón se llama Dimitri.
The white one is called Emily and the brown one is Dimitri.
You hear what he's saying, correct?
I do. I do.
Do you believe him?
Well, I guess.
What do you mean you guess? We did a very deep dive. This man is not just somebody that we haven't checked the background on. He is internationally renowned as a motivational speaker. He is known the world over. He's written 6 books.
Has escrito 6 libros, ¿verdad?
6 libros y 13 audiolibros.
Okay.
6 books and 13 audiobooks.
6 books and 13 audiobooks. We didn't just find some guy that kind of looked like him. And I mean, he said that's his picture with his dogs. He just held one of the dogs up for you so you can see him.
Okay.
So what do you mean you guess? This is the man, right?
Yeah. Yes, it is. It is. Yeah. And now I know the truth.
Carlos, you are a motivational speaker that deals with human functioning, right?
Tú eres un orador motivacional que se dedica o se ocupa con funciones humanas, ¿correcto?
Sí, básicamente por el bienestar de la gente en organizaciones mundiales, etc.
Yes, mostly dealing with wellness with international organizations.
So, Carlos, what would you want to say to Gail, who thought she was in a relationship with you for 4 years, when in fact she was not?
¿Qué le dirías tú, Carlos, a Gail, siendo que ella pensaba que estaba en una relación contigo por 4 años?
Que lo siento mucho, que hay que estar alerta, hay que estar más despierto porque hay demasiada estafa en el mundo de personas débiles y dormidas.
He says that he's very sorry and we have to be more aware and more vigilant because there are many people who are trying to fake people out.
Well, Carlos, I would like to thank you. As I say, Carlos Fraga is an international motivational speaker and author. Carlos, congratulations on all of your success. I'm so proud to talk to you. And Interpreter Blas Kitchets, thank you for your help in getting this message through. There's more to talk about here. How can a person be this pulled in to this kind of a scam and be blinded this much? And how does Gail move forward at this point? We'll talk about that when we come back.
I feel like my mom has some attachment issues. She really doesn't like to be alone. I think to compensate for that, she kind of turned into a hoarder. Over the years, my mom's house kind of became a dumpster. You could barely move.
Stacy and I had enough, and we spent weeks and many hours sorting through things.
We took about 2 truckloads of trash to the dump from her house. When we were finished, her house was like spotless. My fear is that in a matter of time, she's going to hoard her house again, and all of our work would have been for nothing.
We look at your living room before, and this is a time when you just had completely pushed yourself off the radar screen and were focused completely on others. You guys said that from 2018 to 2020, Gail was living without heat, air conditioning, and running water, all to save money to send to somebody else.
Well, but I think that's where depression comes in.
Right. And you deserve better than you've been giving yourself. And if I get you some help with this, will you take it?
Well, I think I'm at a point now where I've got a fresh start, and I'm living. The house is staying clean. I used to be a good housekeeper.
Good.
But I think it was just when I fell into depression years ago.
If y'all feel like she needs some individual counseling, you let me know. And we'll arrange some help through Doctor on Demand for her. It's a company that we own, and we can arrange like some sessions individually for her. And we're in a pandemic, so we'll set up teletherapy so she doesn't have to go somewhere. And you let us know if you feel like she would benefit from that. Y'all three talk about it. If you decide.
I honestly think that she needs it.
Gail, I have a straight up question for you.
Yes.
Are you convinced that Matt Hurley is a scam?
Yes.
You just talked to the man that has been in the pictures. Your favorite picture was him in the black high neck shirt with the dogs. He just held the dog for you so you could see it was him. So do you have any doubt?
No.
And let me tell you, I take no pleasure in telling you this, because I know to her this is a real relationship, and to lose that is a loss. You know, you grieve the loss of someone you love, and she had invested a lot of emotion into this person, and to have that taken away, to understand that not only have you lost someone you love, but you've also been betrayed, is a double whammy, and I hate that for you. As we learned today, it's important to fact check when communicating with someone online, especially if you're being asked to send money. Here today to help make that easier is founder of socialcatfish.com. This is David McClellan. David, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Man, are you needed. I mean, you talk about timely and needed. Talk about your site and what it does.
Yeah, so essentially we're a people search website. So we help people find and verify other people online, but we focus on online safety. So a lot of people that come to us have been dating somebody online or been contacted, and they want to do their due diligence to make sure they're doing it in a safe way. And
so they can get on the site and they can provide pictures, information, data, phone, whatever. They can give all kind of information they have, and you guys run it through the system and see if that's who they say they are, if that's turned up 10 different places with 10 different names. You do a lot of scouring so people can find out real fast what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've built some technology to allow people to upload information. We collect images and details from scammer databases. So, people's images that are stolen all the time for these types of scams. And so you can run your information through there and then find out, if the information's been used somewhere else on the internet or if the person's telling the truth.
Right. Well, David and the Social Catfish team have an exclusive offer for my audience. socialcatfish.com/Dr. Phil for a 5-day free trial. And the link is valid starting today. And if you believe you've been a victim of an online internet scam, you can go to the FBI's special website, which is ic3.gov. Are you glad you came here today?
Yes, very much, very much.
Yeah.
And I appreciate all the help you've given us.
Okay, glad to hear it. Coming up, we have a big surprise for a mom just in time for Mother's Day. You don't want to miss this. Next. Want to know what's coming up on Dr. Phil? Visit our website and subscribe to our newsletter. You'll get weekly updates, life strategies, and exclusive video that you won't find anywhere else. Plus, on drphil.com, you can see sneak previews of upcoming shows. Log on today. Well, last year, we all learned the importance of taking care of ourselves and one another. And one company has spent the year helping families in a big way. That company is Hello Bello. Now, it's a company co-founded by our son, Jay, with the very talented couple, Dax Shepard, and his extraordinary wife, the actress, singer, producer, and author, Kristen Bell. Now, last year, they launched Hello Bello Giving, and they gifted a family a week with a year's worth of diapers. And then this year, they're taking it a step further. I'll let Kristen explain. Take a look.
Hi, Dr. Phil. I'm so excited to be talking with you today about Hello Bello's giving program. Like you mentioned, in 2020, we chose one family every week to give a year's worth of diapers, and in 2021, we want to go bigger. So each week, we're going to select a different family from a different state or Canadian province to receive a year's worth of diapers, and that family then gets to get in on the giving and choose another family to receive a year's worth of diapers. So it's 2 families each week getting a year's worth of diapers, happening every week on our Instagram at Hello Bello. And another added bonus, we'll be highlighting an organization from the state or province that the family resides in that's doing great work, because we want our community to have an opportunity to give back locally as well. So it's just a cycle of giving, and we are so grateful that you're sharing about it.
Thank you, Kristen. So every week, Kristen chooses a family from the thousands that have been nominated. And today, since it's almost Mother's Day, we have some of the nominated moms in our virtual audience. So let's start by meeting one of those moms. So where is Casey from Vermont? Casey from Vermont. There you are. Hello, Casey.
Hi.
Well, good for you being nominated in this very special Hello Bello program. Now, I understand you have quite a story to tell because you have let's just say a growing family, right?
We are actually fortunate enough to have identical triplet little girls.
Oh, wow. Now, you already had one, correct?
Yeah.
So you had a little boy.
We had our awesome little boy, Wesley. He just turned 3, so this is the year of 3s.
Right, and so he turned 3, and then you had identical triplets. Wow, were you surprised?
Surprised is a nice way to put it, yes.
Yeah, that's so. Listen, I know about that because triplets run in our family too, actually. Our daughter-in-law, Jay's wife, she's the one in the middle, is an identical triplet, along with her sisters, Nicole and Jacqueline. And I had aunts who were triplets. Well, it was actually 2 aunts and an uncle, so they weren't identical. And to believe it or not, their names were Royce, Joyce, and Lois. I didn't name them. I'm just telling you. That was their name. So, and Robin is a twin. So when our boys got pregnant with their wives for the first time, we were scared to death they were going to have a litter. So how has it been for your son, Wesley?
He loves them. He just snuggles them and he helps out. He hasn't changed a diaper yet, but he's been an amazing helper, and just we're so fortunate to have him.
And what about you and your husband? Tyler is just a great husband and dad from what I understand, true?
He's a superhero. He's up first, changing diapers, just ready to go. He's been my rock.
Yeah, and I can imagine the expense in having triplets all of a sudden is substantial.
Yes, especially when in one changing, I can have one little girl go through 3 diapers because I'm not fast enough.
Yeah, man, I can just imagine. Well, Casey, out of the thousands of nominees, I've got this that I'm opening up here, and the winner is Casey from Vermont.
Thank you.
Kristen Bell has chosen you as this week's Hello Bella winner to receive a year's worth of diapers for all of your babies. All of your babies. So how does that sound?
That sounds amazing and so helpful. Thank you so much.
Well, and as part of the giving program, Casey, you get to surprise another family with a year's worth of diapers. So think about who you want that to be, and you contact Hello Bella with the name of the family that you'd like to gift with a year's full of diapers, okay?
Okay.
And I'm sure they'll be happy to hear. They'll be happy to hear from you. And Casey, we wish you and your entire family all the best. Happy Mother's Day. Get some rest. You're going to need it. I'm sure this will be a special Mother's Day. So God bless you and the best of luck to all of you. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You bet. If you would like to nominate a family, or for more information on the program, just go to giving.hellobello.com and you can find Hello Bello products at Walmart nationwide. I want to thank all of my guests today, and if you'd like to be part of our virtual audience, all you need is a computer with a camera and a high-speed internet. And it's fun to be in the virtual audience, right, guys? This is a good thing. Yeah, and you guys do such a great, great job. For details, just go to my website, drphil.com, and click on Be Part of the Audience. Scroll down to reservations and fill out the form. I'd also like to hear your thoughts on today's show or anything else that you'd like to comment on. And you do that. You do it on my Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and particularly in our Dr. Phil Fanatics page. It's PHAN. It's the only place for super fans to discuss episodes, gain access to Dr. Phil news. So it's a fun place to go. And don't forget Robin's podcast. It's amazing and entertaining. If you haven't already subscribed, go to I've Got a Secret with Robin McGraw. We'll see you next time. Everybody be safe. Take care. So long.
Memories can kill ya, but it didn't hear ya. I thought that I could fly, but woke up on the asphalt. I swear there was the last time. I've always been naive. Call it.
You know we gon' get it. Ooh, you know we gon' get it. Ooh, you know.